the engine's got the name of a person on it.
Shit. I don't even want to sit down until I'm rolling. Holy shit. Alright, I'm good. What's up, YouTube? We're going for a ride today. It's an Aston Martin. Check out this cold start. By far the nicest NA car I've ever been in. We're gonna interview my roommate from college, aka Dub C, aka Sweet William, aka Billy T. Still figuring all of that out. I'm actually out here in Maine. What's a brother like me doing in Maine? Hanging out with my roommate from college. Stay tuned. We're in this. This shit is beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop in. Stay tuned. We're putting together an episode for you guys. Alright, what's going on, guys? We are in the Aston Martin going for a ride. It's a V8 Vantage. We're going to go for a cruise to the lighthouse, but I wanted to introduce one of my best friends. Bill Tevis, my dog Maine, Dub CT. I was screaming in the intro earlier. Say what's up, Bill.
What's up? Happy to be here. Apex Vision, excited.
Apex Vision TV. So we are currently in Maine, as I said. Now, a little background to me and Bill. I met Bill in college, track team. We both ran track, and our first interaction was me actually giving him a hard time about frisbee golf or unlimited frisbee.
Ultimate frisbee.
Ultimate frisbee. So I'm a defensive back at the end of the day. So I'm like, hey, what's your name, bro? Bill. You ain't gonna catch shit today, Bill.
I don't even think you got that far into it. I think you might have started talking shit before we were formally introduced.
Before we were formally introduced. But anyway, Bill is one of my best friends, and
they were roommates in college.
College roommate, dogs for life. Anyways, you want to tell a little bit about what you got kind of going on, how you got in the cars, and...
Oh yeah, I've been into cars since I can remember. My dad would always take me and my brother to car shows, and then at a certain point he thought it would be good for him and I, or for my brother and I, to learn about cars. So he bought a 1971 MG for us to kind of attempt to restore and learn about cars. And then from there, that really sparked my interest in cars, and decided to go to McPherson College, get a degree in automotive restoration, and yeah, just keep getting more and more into cars.
Yeah, man, and it's funny, like, you know, his dad, even his pops is, like, you know, he's in the cars, and we'll get to talking to him. What are some of the cooler cars you would say he's talked to you about over the years that he's had in his own lifetime?
Oh yeah, his the coolest car that he would always talk the most about, he had a 69 Shelby GT500. He had that like in the 70s when he was working at a department store selling shoes. He had to get rid of it because he couldn't afford the gas on it. But yeah, that was always the the one you heard about, the one you tell all the stories about. He had some other stuff back in the day. He had a Barracuda. He had a different Mustang. But yeah, that Shelby, and you know, because of that, that is one of my absolute all-time dream cars. 69 Shelby GT500 in Acapulco blue.
He has mentioned that to me before. I think one of the things for me, you know, my dad, he had all types of Impalas and Camaros and all that stuff. One car that I was surprised to learn about was my dad actually had a Z, and so he wanted the Z28 Camaro. Couldn't quite afford that, so he was like, you know, I'm gonna look around at some other stuff. He actually ended up going with the Z because it was faster than the standard Camaro, but it was cheaper than the Z28. So that was actually the car he had, and it was a standard. We're rolling in a standard today. What year is this?
07?
07 V8 Vantage.
Yes, sir.
We just going for a cruise up to the lighthouse. I'm a little worried about my camera, so I don't want to hold up too many clips at one time. So we will be right back. Anyways, my dog Bill. So first thing, I guess, Aston Martin. Let's talk about them as a brand, and kind of which Aston Martin is your favorite, and more importantly, I guess, what do you like the most about the brand in general?
The favorite's really hard, because I'm just kind of inclined to go like they're really defining, or the cars that define them as a brand. You know, like the 60s stuff. It's yeah, hard to not go for that, but it's also hard to not go for like the V8 Vantage.
Yeah,
you know, that body style, you know, set a tone. You know, really changed the direction that cars went stylistically. You know?
Yeah. I would say for me, it's hard not to like this generation of body style, simply because I mean, just look at them. They're some of the most beautiful cars. It's not one of those. It was right before like all the headlights got crazy. Yeah. It's right before the grills got oversized. With that being said, you have a general preference of cars. Did you want to talk to them about that? As far as like, I know you're more into the 60s, early 70s.
That's my background, is old cars.
Like those curvy, sexy cars.
Yeah, just that era, you know, just that kind of James Bond, you know, like that coolness of the cars.
Yeah.
And well, yeah, my background, got a degree in automotive restoration. I currently own and operate a radiator shop, so I'm working on old cars. That's what I do. So it's hard to not go immediately to the classic nostalgia cars.
Yeah, and you know, there are a lot of stuff we're planning on doing together. I think we've always balanced each other in terms of like our car conversations, and you know, slightly different backgrounds on it. I think leads to interesting dynamics.
Exactly.
As far as being in front of the camera. Go ahead.
I was just saying, yeah, we have different expertise. You know, we both love cars. We come at it from a very different, you know, background and knowledge base. So it's cool to, like, you know, when we talk to you, I learn stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
same.
Just it's great to. It's cool to talk to somebody that you agree about everything on, but when somebody else can bring a new information to you.
Yeah, a different perspective. Cameras aside, we're figuring it out. We're gonna go for a ride and ask some of those same questions. So enjoy the ride. I'm enjoying the views. Alright, we are in the Aston. Technical difficulties with my camera holding length of recording, so we're switching on the iPhone. Hope it doesn't throw you guys off too much. Aston Martin, one of the things we talked about on the way up to the lighthouse was And I love this quote built throughout there. He said it was the perfect mix of luxury and sportiness. That being said, it's the perfect thing for the Aston Martin. To explain Aston Martin, one of the things we talked about was how important a manual gearbox is to enjoying I think it heightens the driving experience, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's an event.
Yeah.
You are doing something you don't normally do, well, to most people.
Yeah.
It's designed to be experienced, and you are experiencing more of it. You have more influence on what's going on than if you're just, driving an automatic like you do every day going to work.
Yeah.
You are connected, you are in it, you are making the decisions.
I would agree with that. One of my favorite things about this car, and cars kind of from this time period in particular, you had a lot of NA stuff. It wasn't about horsepower. There wasn't acceleration. It wasn't an acceleration war. It wasn't a top speed war. It was about just looking good and enjoying how something drives. And like you said, with the manual gearbox, that heightens it. Did you want to tell a story about your parents getting this car and surprising you with it?
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, it's not mine. But
I meant with the car. Yeah.
I got you. But yeah, so my parents, I didn't know that they were like looking for a car. I didn't know anything, or they didn't say anything about it. And then one day, my dad just sent me a picture of him standing next to an Aston Martin. And I was like, oh, cool. He knows I love Aston Martins. It was like, I don't know if he was at a show or something. And then I just was like, oh, okay, cool. And then he sent me a picture of the license plates, a Maine plate. I'm like, huh. Because I knew they were out of state. But, yeah, it took like 3 or 4 text messages and a phone call before I was like, he just got an Aston Martin.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to be able to drive it at some point. And it was, yeah, crazy. Really did not believe it for a second.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. One of the things that we relate on is, just the look of this car. I think there are a lot of people that tend to agree this is one of the best looking cars from that time period. And earlier, you mentioned the 60s as your favorite decade of car. Which, if you had to pick one car from the 60s to define the era, and which would you go with?
Oh, one car to define a whole era?
Yeah, like it's just like your favorite car from that era, I guess.
Jeez. Sorry, that's a big old question.
That's a big question. I'll answer first. I would probably say, for what I'm interested in most, probably the GT40, and kind of how Shelby got with Ford after the Ferrari Ford thing, and the Ferrari P3, P4, kind of that back and forth. I guess that kind of defines the 60s for me. Maybe that's a better question, but
well, I'll say why I'm drawn to the 60s. Things like Aston Martin, Jaguar. That's when they really define, kind of set the standard on what sports cars are. Like there were sports cars before that, but not like, it was kind of like the first modern sports cars, where it's just sleek, fast, comfortable, relatively.
Yeah.
And just making the most beautiful thing they could possibly make. It's all about the look, the experience, and they finally had like the technology to really match that. Because before, while they're still trying to figure out everything, sports cars were still kind of big and lumbering, and you could only get so much, power out of it.
Yeah.
That's where they finally, the styling and the engineering finally were able to meet at where sports cars should be, in my opinion.
No, yeah. I agree with that, man. Talk a little bit. You want to talk about a little about the auto restoration? Kind of what I guess what was your favorite course you took with auto restoration?
Oh, it was definitely sheet metal.
Sheet metal
and metal shaping specifically. I think that's just the coolest idea. That, well, the coolest cars that have ever been made were by and large handmade, in my opinion. And you know, just the idea that somebody with various machinery and hammers is able to make the most iconic and beautiful cars that have ever been made.
Yeah,
it's just crazy that people have that ability, and trying to like get that ability too, and have the ability to like really make a car what I want it to be. It's you know, a great expression of, you know, your artistic views on things. It's yeah, just that ability is really what did it for me. That you can take something and make it something truly special.
Maybe I got a better one. Ferrari, let's say Ferrari 250 or Lamborghini Miura. Which would you rather drive or own, rather, just to see every day? Which of those two? Because those are like, I'm thinking about
I go
250.
I love the Miura. It is it's on my short list of most beautiful cars. But that 250 though,
yeah.
Oh my god, that really is like, you know, yeah, that question you asked before, iconic.
Yeah.
Pick one for the era. That's
pretty tough to do.
The Ferrari 250 is like, what more?
And even with that, like, you know, with me asking, I'll have to sit there and I'm like, you know what? I think I would say GT40, but then why the GT40? And don't get me wrong, I got the 250 over the GT40, for sure. Man, I think that's you got anything else you wanted to add, talk about, or are you good to roll?
I'm good to roll, man. I am driving an Aston Martin. I'm having a hell of a time.
Yeah.
And after you take the next turn, it's a straight shot, so I won't have to direct you.
All right, we're driving in the Aston Martin. Pretty insane.
Oh yeah, then this left at that, yeah, where that person just went.
Man, we're driving an Aston Martin. This is insane, guys. Damn cool car. One of the best looking cars from that time period. Definitely the coolest car I've ever driven.
He's the coolest car I've ever driven.
Just getting a little used to it.
Yeah, it does take a second, but once you kind of run through the gears a couple times, real nice.
I think the gearbox throw feels amazing. It's by far the coolest thing. Cool way to cap off the vacation. The drive, the steering is pretty sharp. The rumble of the V8 as you take the RPMs up a little bit, it's pretty. Even like rev matching it feels pretty damn good. I have to say. And I'm in Maine driving an Aston Martin. Damn, this is pretty amazing, man.
Yeah, not bad for something that's nearly 20 years old. Yeah.
It's one of those driving emotion things, right? The roads are pretty good. I think the ride quality is pretty spot on. And we on some twisties. Obviously, I'm worried about not stalling the car because I don't know where I'm at, but it's still enough there to enjoy it.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite roads. I had to have you do this one.
I believe it, man.
Yeah, it's up, down, everywhere.
Yeah, there are hills, curves. I think it just goes to show like how easy it
dear.
is. Oh shit!
Oh shit! That would have been a bad day. Almost hit a fucking deer. Deer, yeah.
Deer. One of the things about how easy it is to hop in and get comfortable, like right away. It's definitely one of those one takes where I won't cut anything. It'll just be DJ drives an Aston Martin for the first time. And golly.
Yeah, you could get used to this, huh?
I definitely could get used to this.
Yeah, it's like what I was saying earlier, man. Like, as an all-arounder, oh my god, this is...
Man.
It does what you want it to do. Gives you that feeling you want out of your special car, you know?
Yeah, it's special enough to you look at it and you smile. Yeah, that V8 is nasty. Keep going straight?
Yeah, keep going straight, man. Just keep going till this road ends, and you still got a good ways. Yeah.
This is a pretty good driving road. I see why you're...
Yeah, man. This is the one I always think of when I'm playing.
I see why you like it.
Yeah, this hill coming in the other direction's crazy. It just drops.
Yeah. Man, it's definitely... This is just crazy, guys. To think, you know, a couple years ago, I couldn't even drive a manual car. To be driving in an Aston Martin and to have it feel so natural. This is sick, man. Appreciate you guys. Did you have anything you wanted to ask?
I don't know, man. I just glad to see you enjoying this. I've been looking forward to you driving this. I know we've been talking about it for so long.
Yeah.
And I've tried to describe it to you, but I can only do so much.
Yeah.
Great to see you, or someone I know appreciates it, get to use it.
Yeah, like,
and
if it
on a good
dark,
road.
Like, you would definitely see me cheesing. It's pretty cool.
But unfortunately, this is Maine, and it gets dark at like 2 o'clock.
It gets like, I told him, I was like, Batman would love it here. It's like 4 o'clock, and it's like pitch black. Real quick, guys, I did just want to add onto the video. I'm a little sick, if you can't tell, but apologies for the camera quality. I heard my camera thump like a little bit when I was out one of those nights. Didn't realize it would cut out in the middle of recording like that. And we had a limited amount of time. The only way to adapt was to use the phone. I think it struggled with that light. Changing conditions, and it didn't help that the camera was facing, you were holding it facing the small camera, but you know, that's something that can be fixed. I don't want to overlap too much, but it's crazy how smooth that Aston was, and in a lot of ways it was similar to the FRS as far as like silky smooth gearbox, lightweight. That was a completely different car as it warmed up and got up to temperature. Definitely the coolest thing I've done. Like I said, a real big sticking point was the fact that I didn't drive a manual at all up to 2020. You know, before that, maybe 2019. But 2020 was probably my first like real time behind a manual car. You know, shout out Alex, G37. I drove that around a little bit and then straight to the FRS. Anyways, back to the original outro, but I did want to add in real quick to kind of talk about the camera. I do love the lenses that I have. So all I gotta do is check and see if a new mirrorless camera will work. with those lenses I have. Ideally, that would be the perfect situation because they're not too expensive, but that's something that I already kind of knew was happening. I knew that camera was on its way out. But I feel like I had to get the video. It's not something you cancel when it's not something you can just reshoot again. If it was, my uncle's car and they lived around the corner, I would have bought you the best possible quality. But given the situation, I would do it again. Anyways, back to the original video. Super cool trip. I'm looking forward to doing more stuff in that more of that style of video, and that's definitely something I'm working on. Going places, renting cars, checking out something cool, driving back. Driving enjoyment was a 10. You don't necessarily need a ton of horsepower. The only thing that would have made it better is if we had a little more sunlight, but I couldn't be happier with how everything went outside of my camera. But stay tuned for more, man. Like I said, Bill will definitely be back on the channel. We're working on getting some stuff figured out. But don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned for more. Comment your favorite car from that time period. And, leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. We're going to find some seafood to get around here. And I fly back out tomorrow. So be back in Arizona soon. Or, damn, I'm still used to saying Arizona. Be back in California soon. So Apex Vision out.